Hey folks, welcome back to another Newbie Views. Today, we have the battle. Which one's better? Patax or KFI? I'm going to do a full cooking review, get these sauced up, and we're going to taste test both of these. Now, this all came about because I had to find another chicken tikka sauce to replace the President's Choice chicken tikka. It's something that I've used for years, but apparently I can't find it anymore, and it's been replaced. So there isn't anything that I can use from President's Choice, so I had to go find some brands, and these are the two vying for the title of what's the best chicken tikka sauce out there. I have to add my own ingredients, which will be, I don't need that, which will be some limes, some garlic, onions, chickpeas, and more importantly, spices like garlic powder, onion powder, cilantro. I have some cilantro, and chicken itself. So chicken tikka masala. Gonna mix up the prep together and then finally finish them off equally with the sauce to determine which is going to be better. All right, stay tuned. Cooking 101. Haven't had a cooking show since COVID, years ago. So let's get this started to determine who makes the best chicken tikka sauce. All right, let's get the chickpeas started. I'm just gonna pre-boil them so they'll just take a few seconds in the mixing of the sauces. All right, let's give these a rinse and let's wash them up. Here I'm using whole breasts of chicken. Next, we'll need an onion. And we're gonna need some limes for some lime juice acidity. We're gonna need some limes. And we're gonna need some garlic. Garlic. All right, let's chop that up. We'll put these as a finishing touch. And I'm going to use 1 or 2 cloves. I haven't decided yet. I think that's a lot. I'll go with 2 cloves. And we're going to take our onion. All right, I'm gonna rough dice the onions. I don't want them super fine. I want something that I can actually bite into. It's probably more than enough. Alright, next we're going to cut open some spinach. Pop that into the pan. Get that all defrosted. Okay, next we have some spinach. I always love my spinach in my chicken tikka. So let's get that into the pot. Ooh. Ow. Alright, let's warm that up. Alright, so we have our spinach here, and I'm going to load up my garlic press with some garlic. Ugh. Nice. All right, so we got our spinach, we've got our minced garlic, and we have a pile of onions. So let's get that cooking, and away we go. Now, just before we start, I want to make sure that I get my chicken super seasoned. So I'm going to head up some soy sauce, some ponzu soy sauce. I'm going to let that marinate for about 30 minutes or more. As long as I can get that marinated, I'll be super happy. I need pepper. Lots and lots of pepper. And I'll mix this up, of course. Alright guys, here we go. We got our first batch of chicken. I'm going to split this in probably two halves. So, looks sparkly. Oh yeah. Woo! Going to let this cook down. We'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, back for a quick update. Everything's browned up well. There's some char on it. The juice is going. I'm going to cook this to about 65-75%. After that, we'll finish it off in the sauce. So, alright, let's put in batch number 2. Just going to drop a little bit of safflower oil. Let's heat this on. Let's get that oil piping hot. And that's going there with round 2 of the chicken. Let's go! Spread it out. And we'll be back in 2 minutes. Alright guys, look at that chicken char, my friend. That is going to be some good flavor built up. Alright, so a couple more minutes. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to mix everything together and start the whole process of seeing which is a better sauce. Okay, so right now that chicken is done, about 75%. Now I'm going to add half the ingredients into it, into one pot. I'll make a second batch in another pot, and then I will mix the sauces after that. So of course we have the onions, we have some garlic, we have half the spinach. Whoop! And let's get that heated up. Start infusing that onion flavor into the chicken. Normally I wouldn't do all this like this in this manner, but I needed to separate both pieces together, so. And I'm going to let this render off a little bit. I will put in the sauce, and then at the end I will put in the chickpeas, because these chickpeas are already cooked and warmed. All I have to do is warm them up again. So let's wait a few minutes and we'll be right back. Alright, in this pot I am going with the KFI Tikka Masala sauce. Here are the macros for you. Ingredients. Now this particular series, I believe, is one of the better ones. I've had this before. I really do like it. Drawback is I don't have a reference with the original PC President's Choice. The problem is I don't have the original President's Choice Tikka Masala to compare. Alright, let's get the KFI Tikka Masala sauce into it. Ooh! Orangey. Smells fantastic. Ooh. Looks very buttery. Looks very creamy. Oh, if you could just smell the garlic and the onions being cooked out right now. Oh, that is fantastic smelling. Guys, can you see this chicken tikka masala? Well, it's been about 4 or 5 minutes and this is simmered down. It looks and smells fantastic. I'm just going to finish it off with some of the chickpeas, about half, give or take. Put these in, warm them up. Oh my God, you don't know how good this smells. Oh, I'm getting so hungry thinking about it. Alright, I'm just going to let this simmer off. I'm going to put it into a plate and we're going to test this in a few minutes. And I'm going to do the same for the pataks. Alright, we'll see you when we see ya. Okay guys, we are back. I am doing the second half. I'm throwing back my chicken. I will warm that up. Okay, that chicken has been warmed up for a few minutes. Let's throw in our flavorings. I'll throw in the rest of our onions. Oops! Well, that's been cooking for a while. Let's throw in our garlic and our spinach. Okay folks, now we're going to put up our sauce, which is the pataks Tikka Masala. Here are the macros. Cooking instructions. This has 2 spices. This has 2 peppers. I don't know if it's that spicy. I don't think any of this is really spicy, but we'll see. So both will have the same consistency, very thick. This is definitely a lot oranger and darker than the KFI. Does that mean there's more tomato? The other one might have more coconut because it looks a little creamier. This definitely does not look creamier than the KFI. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. Let's throw in our chickpeas and get those warmed up, and then we'll have a full food review. Alright folks, here we go. We have KFI Tikka Masala. We have the pataks. Who's going to win? I want to season off with a bit of lime juice. God, I hope I don't get any seeds out of it there. Just for that flavor. I find citrus adds a lot of brightness to foods without adding a lot of salt. Alright, let's go plate this up and let's go have a taste test. Alright folks, here it is. The ultimate review. Who makes the better chicken tikka? From KFI or from pataks? You saw me prepare the meals. The sauces have gone in. One of them will be declared the winner. Alright, on first look, like I mentioned before, The KFI has a lighter texture, looks a little more whiter, a little paler, a little more creamy. I am going to go in for a mix. It is still steaming hot. And I'm going to go for a full oh, smells damn good. I'm going for a steaming bite full. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let me do the same mix because I did put some lime juice on top. I want to make sure everything is all mixed through. I'll get a bit of everything from chicken, chickpeas. Oh, that looks like a good bite right here. Maybe a little extra chicken because, oh, look at that bite. All right, so number one, KFI. You know what? Let's be fair. I've been talking about KFI first. Let's do the pataks. Here we go. Oh my god, it's so hot. I need another bite. That lime hit pretty hard. There's some spices at the back of my throat. It's really mild. It's like a 1. They say it's 2 peppers. I think it's only 1 chili pepper hot. But that could be individual, of course. If you're not used to spice, you might think this is bizarre. It's so hot. Flavor-wise, very tasty. A little sweetness. I can taste the masala come up for sure. I got my onions that I bit into. Not a lot of tomato flavor to it there, but not bad. I'll reserve judgment there, but this is very good. It's actually better than what I thought. I think I've had this before. I think I didn't like it as much, but I could be wrong. This is very good. My chicken breast is super tender. It wasn't cooked for very long, of course. It wasn't overly cooked. It's not tough. It just breaks apart. It's so soft. The onions still have a little crisp to it. But enough of the pataks. Very good. A reserved judgment. Let's go to KFI. I wish I had naan bread or some rice to just clean my palate, but here we go. KFI, I'm going to get a bottom of the scoop to make sure it's nice and hot still. Get some chicken. Oh, there's a big cheese. Here we go. KFI. Oh. The masala comes up. I'm getting oh, this is like a 3 chili. It's definitely spicier than the pataks. If you really want some spice, the KFI definitely hits harder. Yeah, it definitely hits harder. Oh yeah, I can taste the spice after, on the aftertaste. Oh, you know what? This has a lot more spice than the patak. So if you're a lightweight on spice, get yourself the patak because it's good. This is a little bit different. Now, in terms of spice, they both give off that same aura, that same flavor base. I think this has a little more cream. Maybe it's butter. I don't know. It seems a little more creamy. Maybe there's coconut milk in this. Double check. Is there coconut milk? You check it out. Oh, but I like the burn on this a lot more than the pataks. So, I'm ready to give my judgment. I believe in 2025, with the disappearance of the President's Choice Tikka Masala sauce, the runner-up is going to go with KFI. This is a very good sauce. It's not as sweet as the President's Choice, which nobody can find anymore. I can't find it. I think this will be my replacement for it. This is a close second, but it's not as spicy. And I really like the spice out of it. The fact that this has maybe some coconut milk might disturb or change your mind for people who don't like that. But it's pretty subtle. This is good. This is just better. So that's it, folks. The 2025 Tikka Masala Challenge is over. The winner, by not very much, is KFI Chicken Tikka. Close second. I might get this, just because there isn't any of this. This is off the shelf a lot more than this is. This is always there. This seems to sell out a bit faster than this. But who knows? Oh man, I'm dripping. That's nasty, sorry. Alright folks, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to turn on your notifications for our next video. Comment, like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Alright, until then, we're out. This has been Tikka Masala episode. Boom.